There's a constitutional amendment that would prohibit Congress from exempting itself from laws it passes on the rest of the people. Will you support this effort?
I think this is something that every candidate should be asked in the next election. Do you support this idea? If you don't, you're not worthy of our vote. I think over the years, the people have probably gotten more incensed about Congress exempting itself from certain laws and certain provisions of laws that we end up passing on the rest of the public, as if Congress is some kind of an aristocracy. The fact is, we're no better, we're no worse than the people we represent. We are one of them.
We introduced the amendment the morning that the news broke that Reid and Pelosi had reached a deal with the administration to do these special Obamacare subsidies for Congress.
Right now, one of the concerns that we have with this president, especially with what he's done and reached down deep and gotten one of his cronies to issue an opinion because Nancy Pelosi and Harry Reid have asked him to exempt members of Congress from provisions of Obamacare.
Madison in Federalist 57 addressed this very issue. He said you can't have a situation where members of Congress or ruling class folks can exempt themselves and their friends from laws and burdens that they're imposing on the rest of the public. And he thought that that was something that if you did not abide by that basic principle, that you would basically be setting the stage for a tyrannical society. The great thing about this amendment is it's not changing the character of the Constitution, it's actually reaffirming the first principles.
Every individual out there that cares about this constitutional republic should get on the phone and call their member regarding HJ Res 55 and demand that they support the will of the people on this.
Well, there are a lot of people who do not want to see the status quo shaken up. There's some people who really believe that because they're in Congress that they're somehow a cut above the rest of the folks.
But keep in mind, this is those that want to protect their turf, protect their power base, and protect the good old boy network the way things are done back here in Washington, D.C.
So what you'd want to do is call your member, email, set up an individual meeting and say support HJ Res 55, constitutional amendment to prohibit Congress from exempting itself from laws it passes on the rest of the people. Hold their feet to the fire.
I think ultimately the people are going to have to rise up and change this.